you have to be patient putting on the trade and patient taking off the trade. And only then, once you master that, are you going to be successful as trading.
This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell. Hey, can you do me a favor? I really want to help you with trading, and the easiest way for me to do that is by heading to secretinvestingbook.com to get my book, The Secret Investing Book, totally free. All you're doing is covering the shipping price, and we'll send you this book that exposes 13 virtually unknown secrets to take the guesswork out of trading. So grab your copy now at secretinvestingbook.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and watch all of our past episodes.
Good afternoon, traders. Happy June 23rd, the year of our Lord, 2023. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is Friday. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I know, as far as my trading goes, this has been one of the best weeks, best months that I've had in a long time. So we do have a lot to get through today, so I'm not going to delay too much longer, and I apologize because I was late on a busy day. That's my bad. Dr. Sinclair, please don't hold it against me. But let's jump right into our market analysis. Okay, welcome to the 10-minute trading room. This is how to trade only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. Now, with our outlier trading strategy, we are going to use the artificial intelligence data from Outlier to help us find ways to find some new stocks, right? And the first thing that we need to do before we put on any new trades is to, number one, I changed the order of this to make sure I didn't forget, is to check our existing trades. We need to make sure they're not hitting our stop losses, and we need to make sure that they're not hitting our exit targets here. So we're going to go through them one by one, double check each one before we move on to new trades. Like I say, we got a lot to do today, so let's go ahead and start there. First up is Penn National Gaming. Now, if you remember on the Discord yesterday afternoon, right before the market closed, I was like, oh man, we can totally roll this because it was within like a couple pennies. I did it right at the end. I know a few of you also did it right after the market opened this morning, and you did better than I did. But the point is, this trade is still on. This trade is still looking great. So we are nowhere close to hitting our stop loss points on Penn. Let's go check out the outlier data for Penn real quick. And what we're looking for here is our exit target. And we're moving from the greens going toward the pink right now. So there's nothing to do on Penn. Penn stays on. Penn is good to go. We're not rolling it today. Let's go to KRE. KRE, we did roll this yesterday as well. We did this one on the stream together. We did roll this together on the stream as well. This one is also looking good. Nowhere close to our exit points with the MACD cross back or the 2 ATR. So that looks good. Let's go look at the exit point in Outlier. Donna, good to see you. Good afternoon. And we see KRE is in the greens moving to the pink. So that is looking good as well. So no issues there. While we're on the topic of regional bank ETFs, let's go to KBE. As I said yesterday, if you don't want to double the exposure into banking, don't put this on. But I did because it was set up. So KBE, I think that's 1 ATR there. The half ATR is way up here. Let's actually calculate that real quick. So 222 plus 3528. 3750. That would be the 2 ATR. Exit plus 2 ATR. Stop loss. Okay, that looks better. So this one here, no issues. This one stays on. Let's go to KBE. And I don't know if you guys realize how cool this is. Nobody else in the world has access to this except for us and the developers. Now, this will be rolling out publicly soon, but in the meantime, like, this is why they wanted to work with me, is because they're letting me test their product. And because of how very quickly I was like, this is something special, I'm excited to share this with you. So this is a big deal. As you can see, this is still moving from greens to pink. So nothing to take off with KBE. We have two left. One is XLK. XLK is not crossed over on the MACD, not anywhere close to the 2 ATR exit point. Let's go look at XLK over here. XLK is in the green, moving toward the pink, so it is all good to go. And last one that we have on already is JWN. This is Nordstrom, and it is not crossed over here, not towards our stop loss point there, so that is good, not taking that off. JWN, let's look at the outlier result. And we can see, oh, I must have not clicked it. We can see it's in the green, moving to the pink. Once it starts getting into the pink, it's when we start getting a little bit more detail oriented about which area that we're going to be getting out at. Brian, good to see you. Good afternoon. So far, everything stays on. PIN stays on. KRE stays on. XLK stays on. JWN stays on. And KBE stays on. This puts me to about 40% invested. And if we put on everything that we're looking at today, this is going to get me to really close to fully in, if not all the way in. So just keep that in mind as we're putting these on. Victor, good to see you, dude. Okay, so the next step is we've already looked at these. We're going to start looking at the outlier data. Now, taking a look at this real quick, I did want to show you that the market breadth has given up so much. FinClub did come through with a red day today, and you know we like to look at that. The outlier data, you go to the watch list tab. The bull list and the bear list is what we're going to look at. And the bull list is really short today. There's 4 on the buy signals list. So I'm not even interested in those. What I am interested in is the bear list today, which is super long. I pulled it already, and the data has 83 short names set up. 83. Now, in an effort to make this a little bit faster for you, as you know, this is 10-minute trading, I went through and anything that either didn't have liquidity or already failed the TrendSpider backtest, I've marked orange or yellow. Greens actually earlier on today looked like they were set up to entry all the way through. So I'm just going to skip that step, make it a little bit easier, a little bit faster for us. But I will go ahead and do all of them. Edit, pay special values. QQQ and SPY are both on the list today. QQQ is really close to its 10 period. If it goes below its 10 period, it's game on. If it does not go below its 10 period, we need to skip it. But it's really, really close. It's within 10 cents of it right now, 4 cents of it right now. So there's a good chance it'll go through. Sebastian, how you doing, my friend? Glad you made it. Okay, so this one pulled through. Now, I'm going to try and side-by-side this with this. Yeah, that worked. Sweet. Reason I want to do that was to just double-check AZTA. This one failed for one reason or another. BRX failed for one reason or another. CMA, that one's still good. EWBC, that one's still good. Or I'm sorry, that one failed for one reason or another. Hazy. Now, when I say one reason or another, I know I'm a bit flippant about that. The reason being is that I'm trying to be expeditious with your time, and I've already backtested these. I've already looked at their liquidity, so I'm really trying to skip a few steps to make it easier on you. I hope that's all right. Because I love this, and I'm super excited to do it. So at like 8 o'clock in the morning before the market's even open, I am just going to town on it. So this next group here, we'll see who pulls through now. There's always a chance something changes. All right, Shoe failed. SLG is good. IJR is, it failed for one reason or another. SCHD, I remember that one's good. Okay, so nothing's changed from what I saw earlier today. SPY and Qs. My wife is walking out the door. Hopefully she comes back. Give this just another second here. Let's check on the price of Q right now. Seems like it's just above So we're going to watch Q. Ooh, send out the list of potential trades. I absolutely can do that, Brian. Absolutely. SPY, VTWO, this failed. XOP passed. Q, we're going to watch on that one because, like I say, it is super close. Brian, absolutely. Starting Monday, I'll be glad to do that for you because I'm already doing it anyway. All right, so let's see. Oh, I see that works for me now. Very good. Okay. Now let me go. Oh, let me open this back up. We're going to filter on just the greens, and this will be the list that I send out in the mornings, Brian. I'm going to drop only these onto here. Edit, pay special values. I'll throw, there's Qs for now. Like I say, I'm watching Qs. It's so close to its 10 period. You can see right here, the 10 period number, 362.47. It's 362.56 right now. 362.63. So it's really close. If it turns around in the next few minutes, which it could, I'm interested in putting the shorts on. All right, so the next step, we have to list and buy and sell signals. We've already put them in the relative strength scanner. And some of them I have already eliminated for you to make it easier, but that was just in the effort to speed up time. But all of these have decent liquidity, so that's not going to be an issue. Next, I did double back test these, but I'll show you real quick what they look like. I'm going to take this list, drop it over here. I made a separate outlier list. Edit. And we're going to back test each one real quick. Strategy test. Outlier theory short. So positive 6.2. Positive 69. Positive 7.5. Positive 15. Positive 11. Positive 7.9. And each one of these I did go through and do the manual back test. Oh no, there it goes. It looked like the screen went out for a moment. The manual back test on CMA is 5 out of 7 winners with an 11% average return. That when I wrote average winner, it's really not average winner, it's average return on all the trades. 6.1% average return on SLG, 2.3% on SCHD, XOP, 4.7% average return. There's our notes from the last time we were in SPY. Going long, now we're about to go short. 4.5%, 6 out of 6 winners, in fact. And Qs is 7 out of 8 winners with a 3.64%. So that's what we have right now. It's still above its 10 period, but we're watching it. So the double back test on that looks good. The next step is a final checks, the outlier color, and then the stop loss. Make sure the MACD is already crossed down. We can just glance on MACDs real quick. This is good. 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 Why do we have a separate last step for that? Because if we're using this as our stop loss point, if it's not crossed down in the direction we need to see it, then we can't use it as a stop loss point. So that's a final check just to make sure it's good. I just unplugged my headphones. Give me a second. Okay, so the next step is going to be looking at the colors inside of outlier here. So that is QQQ. All right, so that one's in the green, so that's good there. SPY. We're just making sure it's not dark pink. If it's dark pink, we have to skip it. This is green, so that's good. What we got? CMA. That's green, so that's good. Next is SLG. That's green, so that's good. SCHD. That looks good there. And final one is XOP. Good to go there. Okay. So everything that we have on this list right now is set up for entry. So we're going to have to come back to Qs. Qs are going to have to be last, but I want to start with SPY. I want to start here and then work our way down. So let's go to the SPY ETF. And using our liquidity standards, let's find us a good trade to put on. All right, so SPY, July 21st, looking in the puts. Let's go to the open interest. By the way, look at the SPY put cost, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus the Q put cost. 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting, I thought, especially given the fact that SPY is $100 more per share than Q. So I found that interesting. Okay, so what we're looking for here is lots of open interest. That's not an issue. And we basically need to just look for extrinsic 20% or so or less. So let's start here. 160. It's moving around a lot. Over 745. That's 21%. I can get on with that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to start with. So SPY, July 21st, 439 puts for $1.62 in extrinsic. What was the actual cost? Actual cost is 740-ish SPY. July 21st, I had 440 on my other business account I was looking at earlier today. Cancel these other orders. Okay, SPY. 439 puts for roughly 735. See if I can get filled at 735. Oh, in. All right, SPY. Ooh, average fill price is 728. No way. Let me refresh the page. That's a decent fill if I got it. 728. Yep. All right, 728 was my average fill price. So let me drop that on the Discord real quick. Copy, paste, 623. Trade number 1, bought SPY, 721, 23 puts, 439 strike, for 728 when trading at 433.45. Okay, trade number 1, short SPY. I'll get all those details put in a little bit. Next, let's check Qs again. Qs are going up, not the direction we want to see, so we may end up skipping Qs, but it's an opportunity. Let's start with our lowest relative strength and work up. SCHD. SCHD. Oh, you know what? Be sure, I forgot to mention this, be sure you get the right position sizing. Be sure you have the right position size. Okay. I knew what mine was. I already looking at it earlier on in today. Okay. So SCHD. July 21st. Let's go to open interest. See, it's got a few. And it's really inexpensive. $70 stock, and we're talking like hardly anything for the cost of the option. Extrinsic value. I mean, look at these, right? This one's perfect. 24 cents on 150. That's 16%. That looks perfect. Get your position size correct. SCHD. All right. SCHD 72 puts. July 21st, 72 puts. And let's see where I can get filled at. All right, I'm trying at 144. It's not filled. Try 146. Okay, average fill. SCHD was 145. This shows 140. That's okay. All right, SCHD in there at 145. Let's do this here. CHD. This was the which puts 72 puts for an incredibly low price, $1.45. Just because it's a cheap option doesn't mean you need to take unnecessary risk. So be sure you're calculating the right position size before you get into this. I'm trading at 70, 80. Okay. Oh, that was trade number 2. Trade number 2. Cool. All right. Just mark that here. Next lowest is XOP. Next lowest XOP, July 21st. Open interest, this one or this one. Or maybe even that one if we need it. Let's go to extrinsic. Okay, so 214 on 545 is going to be way more than 20%. It's nearly 40%. 176 over 605, 29%. I can get on with that. 29% saves us 70 bucks. I can get on with that. All right. Get your position size for XOP. Let me go to the business account. XOP, July 21st, 126 puts. Let's see if I can give her 595. No. Let's try 6. Still no. 605. Yes. Fill price was 605. All right, so that's trade number 3. Bought XOP. Which puts was that? 126 puts for 605. I'm trading at, what is XOP at right now? 121.75. Like I say, I'm getting pretty close to all the way in at this point. I still got some capital left. I think I can make 1 or 2 more. I mean, each position size is roughly 10% of the account in a nutshell. How many do we have on right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that makes sense. Who's next on the list here? SLG. We got some liquidity here. Let's try. This one's probably going to have too much extrinsic. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The one below it, let's see. 0.7 divided by 4.3 is 16%. That'll work. All right. That's my position size on SLG. Yep. Okay, got it. SLG, July 21st, 27.5 puts. Open interest is, it's a little low at 219, but that's okay. It's 30 cents wide, which is okay. Extrinsic was only 16%, I think. Let's see where I can get filled. Do I have to go up to 425? Let's see. Try on 430. Still not in. Try 35. Okay. That's a good thing. That means it's moving the direction we want it to see. 40. Okay, finally filled. Average fill price. Looks like my average fill price was 435. Trade number 4. I told y'all this would be a busy day. Trade number 4. This was SLG. Not one. What was that? SLG 27.5 puts for 435 when trading at 23.92. All right, now let's see if we have one more in the bag, which was CMA. Qs, I'm not going to have enough money for CMA and Qs. Let's check Qs real quick. Nope, Qs are still off. CMA it is. Let's see if we can do CMA. This is the most I've been in the market in probably 20 months, maybe more. And it's all short. All right, CMA, July 21st, open interest. This one's good, or that one. Extrinsic. Ooh, the extrinsic value is a bit high on these. This one could work. Okay, let's go with this one. Well, let me check the extrinsic. 77 on 550 should be okay. 14%, there we go. All right, and this is going to be the most I can get. So CMA, July 21st, 45 puts. CMA, July 21st, 45 puts. All right, working that now. CMA, July 21st, 45 puts. Okay, filled in this for 530. 530 is my average fill price. It's almost halfway there. I like that. Okay. And that's going to do it. I can't put on anymore. I am totally tapped in. I think that's 9 trades on right now. Trade number 5. It could be 10 trades. Let me double count that. CMA, 45 puts, right? Yeah, 45 puts for 530. When trading at 40.47. Boom. Okay. That is all we're going to be able to do. Give me just a second here. Okay, so this leaves us with CMA, JWN, KBE, KRE, PIN, SCHD, SLG, SPY, XOK, XOP. A huge amount of trades on right now. So the plan will be, because this is all the way in, starting on Monday, I will absolutely send the trade ideas set up to you, Brian, and everyone else inside the Discord. But we're going to manage the ones that we have on right now until they come off, and that gives us more capital to put on new trades. So full disclosure, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. So, I mean, if you're putting on 10% position sizes, that gets you 10 trades. So that's where we're at right now. Exciting, exciting days. The only one that I wish we could get into is Qs, but it's not even set up for us for that to do that. So moving into final thoughts. How many of you earlier on this year were like, Chris is never going to trade. Chris is just wasting my time. Chris is just not doing anything. I bet a few of you were. These are my results from earlier on today. I don't know if they're the same right now. I marked them to market earlier today. That's 3460, 3458. And nearly all of it came in June, with a tiny tag of it coming in May. And for those that didn't stick around to see it happen, I would just point them to this and say, you will never regret mastering patience in trading. Because yeah, there was a long time where we didn't do anything, and neither did the market. And now we had some new opportunities, some new setups, some new ideas, some new trades. Look at how fast it can happen. That's the way trading's supposed to be. You sit and you wait, and then you collect your money. That's how it's done, right there. But most people will never be able to do that. I don't have to trade for the rest of the year. I don't have to trade for next year either. But I'm gonna, of course, because I love to do this, and I'm gonna try and maximize my profits as far as possible. But you're never going to get the chance to maximize those profits if you aren't patient. You're never going to regret mastering patience in trading, because this is how it works. A long time goes past where nothing happens, and then boom, everything you need to see happens all at once. And then another time is going to pass where nothing's happening. So always remember that. When it comes to trading, this is not sexy. When I tell people, for example, this week during the week, it's been a scout camp all week long. In the evenings, I've been going with my younger son, Elliot. And, when somebody asks me, what do? I say, I trade stocks. And they're like, oh, that sounds so cool. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not sexy at all. It's really boring most of the time. But you have to be ready for when the setups happen, and only move when they happen. To open, and only move to happen to close using your targets, either your stops, either your stop losses, or your profit targets, or your trailing stops, or whatever the case is. You have to be patient putting on the trade and patient taking off the trade. And only then, once you master that, are you going to be successful as trading. Thank you all so much for coming today. We got a ton on, and I'm super stoked about it. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday. Talk soon.
Hey, don't forget to grab your free Secret Investing book over at secretinvestingbook.com while it's still available.